All right, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your project.
Right, so my name is Hensley, I'm the director.
And my name is Peebles, the personal assistant.
And the crew. And this is for Bittersweet.
Tell us a little bit about the film.
So Bittersweet is a short documentary. It's about an elderly Texas couple, and really that's an understatement. They're the sweetest grandparents in the world. They're actually her grandparents. And it's really the story about their memories and their lives living on the family farm as it's dissolved by industry. And I mean that literally. I mean, their property is being bought out and kind of being replaced by, warehouses and stuff. And so this is really the story to kind of showcase those memories before it's gone.
Where is this farm at? Where approximately?
So this is outside of Denton, and this is in Justin, Texas. Justin, Texas is where the farm is and was located, right across from the Texas Motor Speedway.
So tell us a little bit about your grandparents. Who are they? And
So Jimmy and Karen Lewis. It's grandparents on my mom's side, and they are real country folk. They've lived in that property for years now, and they have a really close relationship with everyone in the town. They're really friendly, and we love them very much. And I just have so many memories growing up there. And my sister and I, we would always play on the property with our cousins and stuff. And we're definitely gonna miss it.
so what did your grandparents do for a living?
My grandmother, she was a housewife, and my grandfather worked for Lockheed, which doing airplane repair and stuff. And he worked really long hours, so they met when they were really young.
When did they acquire the property outside of Justin?
I can't quite remember.
Yeah, they recorded it sometime around the 80s, right around when I believe it was Karen, her side of the family, one of their parents had passed away, and they were the ones that were actually living on the farm before, and so it kind of got passed down to them. So this really is kind of a generational kind of property.
How was it to approach your grandparents and say, hey, we want to bring cameras and my friends to film? What was their reaction?
They were kind of like, why us? And they're actually going to be attending the screening tomorrow, so they're really excited. But they keep saying, they're like, we're country bumpkins. Who wants to see us on the screen?
But they're kind of the spokesperson, because this is happening all over Texas and Oklahoma and Louisiana every single day.
Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely a story that I just felt like it needed to kind of be told and represented properly, and that's what we did. We just kind of sat back, let them tell their stories. We parsed through hours and hours worth of interview with them, and just kind of selected the best bits that we think best represented who they were and their stories of the property.
So Emily, tell us a little bit about your memories of the farm, growing up there and playing as a child.
So there was this really, really big tree that was right outside of the house that it had these amazing little notches in it. So it was it was built for climbing. So I just have so many fond memories of that tree. And there was a swing set that my sister and I would swing on, and we had this game called The Report, and my grandparents would basically act like we were driving, and they would announce us. It was just simple stuff, like watching movies and granny baking things. It was very wholesome but simple things, and I just have so many strong memories.
If you don't mind me asking, where are they going now?
So they have relocated. The house has been demolished, and they relocated 15 minutes in between two of their children. So yeah.
How did that affect your grandparents about the house being demolished?
Yeah, it was really, really tough. It was so difficult, and luckily they were able to relocate and stuff. But it was just super hard. I mean, they wanted to live there for life. So.
How are you feeling? How are you holding up?
I've been doing writing on it. I'm a poet, and I got a piece published. So I on that property, about that property. So I'm kind of processing through writing, which is what I always kind of do. So, yeah.
Lastly, like I said, this story is happening all over across the Midwest, the Deep South, all over America every day. Is there an urge to make a feature documentary about the bigger problem?
to make a feature documentary out of what we had, it's something that we could do, but to be honest, I think it would be a